Hi everyone, I wanted to just quickly come on here to give you a bit of an update. I have decided to put the green life to rest. Don't get scared though, because if you're following the podcast, it's not over. I'm just really changing everything. So some of you may have seen that Live Lean Health is becoming Cycles Wellness. So we are working on a new website, we're working on new branding, we're working on new everything. I have a co-founder who is the tech whiz and he's helping me out with all that, whilst the rest of the business will be conducted by me. And it will be really again, with a lot of experts that are joining the community. And it's going to still be a women for women business. But the Green Life has served me immensely, and it was a chapter of Live Lean Health that I will never ever be able to thank enough, because my whole healing journey was also accelerated by being able to really pour my creativity into this project, starting a podcast without even knowing how to bloody edit anything. Not that I'm a genius at it, but I've been doing it myself, and I will continue to do it with the next project. So, as Live Lean Health becomes Cycle Wellness, the Green Life also is Cycle Wellness podcast. And the niche of my entire life work is going to be focused on women's health, especially perimenopause and menopause. And this has become clearer and clearer that is my path, because of what I've been personally experiencing and what I've been through, but also the fact that I have managed to bring my body back to center from feeling completely out of balance. I have learned so much. My naturopathic training, my nutrition training has been immensely helpful, but I also had to go through a lot of the BS that is out there as in mainstream one-liners, because the truth is our bodies are complicated, and as women it's even more complicated because we have hormones that really require us to pay attention to them, and we don't often do that because we're not taught how to. I mean, we're not even taught how to look at our period when we go into puberty, and what pregnancy is like if we get pregnant, and postpartum. People get surprised that we have postpartum depression. They blame the mother, when actually all of this is really not talking with our bodies and listening to the language of our hormones. We are not crazy. Our hormones balance everything. They're messengers, and they send a signal. They tell us what they want, what our body needs, and what's out of balance, and we just don't listen. We keep on tampering the symptoms, as we do in most things in modern medicine, instead of listening. Now, of course, you know I love modern medicine. I think allopathic medicine has saved life and continues to do so, but there is a very big gap when it comes to women's health. Up to now, and it's only starting now, and not even enough of it, like 0.03% of funding that goes into research for women's health, and I'm talking about reproductive wellness, goes to perimenopause. The rest is how to actually get us pregnant. So, although that's great, we want money to get pregnant, women to have babies if they want families, and it's great that we learn how reproductive health works. Hormonal health is not understood, and so we are gaslit when we face issues, when we have symptoms that we can't describe, when we feel different, when things are changing and we can't put finger on it, and our doctors are just not educated. So there is need for this, and I have experienced the worst symptoms of perimenopause at 38, whilst I had this emotional breakdown. I had type 2 diabetes that I didn't even know about for a year. I had adrenal fatigue. My hormones were so unhinged that I cannot even tell you. I felt like I was ready to jump off a cliff. Actually, I considered jumping off a bridge a few times, and I don't know what held me back from doing it. The strength I had not to do it, because every morning when I was waking up, I was just wishing that I hadn't gotten up. And now that I say it out loud and I think about those moments, I can't even recognize myself then. Like, how I am not that person. I'm not a depressive person. I can get sad. I can feel really, really sad. I've been through sadness last year that was immense, deep. I cannot even explain how sad I was. But I have grit. I don't give up. And maybe that's what saved me. But, even when shit hits the fan, I'm actually in a good place to talk about it. But at the time I wasn't. And I reversed all the symptoms, all of them. And I had to look after my body in different ways. My liver, my kidneys, my lymphatic system, my cardiovascular health. I had to really strip down every single part of me and go for the healing. So I know it can be done. I know that having symptoms is not our fate as our hormones change. And although, yes, things change and they will change, there are ways that we can prevent the dread. And I don't want us women to feel afraid of the changes that we are experiencing. It's not fair and it's not right. And it's also not true that we're stuck with that. So I would love to share with you more, and I will tell you more about the Cycle Wellness podcast. I will invite even some guests that have been on it before to talk about women's health. I think it's really helpful. As you probably imagine, my approach to women's health and hormones is still 100% plant-based, kind, vegan. Because I know that we can do it without harming animals, and the propaganda out there about having to eat animal products because that's how we get protein. If you saw my screenshot from the Lumen that I shared on my stories on Instagram, I was having way too much protein, okay? So like way too much. And so we're not deficient in amino acids, and when we eat plants, in fact, we're gonna have an abundance of them. And I had covered all of them, by the way, all of the essential amino acids. Then remember that some of them we make ourselves, so we're good if we get the essential ones in from our diet, and we can get them from plants. All right, so I wanted to share this, and I cannot tell you how brilliant I feel. And I'm going to make another video about the Lumen because this is day 4 using it. I have been in fat burning mode, so more ketogenic, without cutting any food and carbs and stuff, just by balancing with my fasting and where I am at with my cycle. And I feel awesome. Like my brain is super switched on. I feel invincible. I love this feeling, by the way. It's just the best thing ever. So I wanted to share it with you because it is top. Okay, I love you, and I will share more. And thank you, and welcome to Cycles Wellness, everyone. Bye.